Welcome back to Reading Strategies for Use with Mobile CSP. This section focuses on pre-reading strategies that teachers can use with students to help students activate their prior knowledge and to prepare them for reading new content. A reminder as you work your way through the movie. Some of the following slides will have narration, some will not. Please feel free to use the pause and rewind features as needed. Teachers can do several things to help students get ready for their reading. First of all, it's important to establish a purpose for the reading. Secondly, students are helped if they can activate their background knowledge of the content they will be reading about. It's also important for students to examine the text's layout and structure. Students can also be helped if they're allowed to predict text content. And finally, vocabulary can be a stumbling block for all students. Therefore, teachers should help students introduce and clarify vocabulary before the reading begins. Background knowledge is perhaps the most critical component of reading success. We will now examine several pre-reading strategies that will be used in this course so that teachers can help students activate their background knowledge before reading. The four strategies that will be highlighted here are Think, Pair, Share, Prediction Table, KWL, and Anticipation Guide. Think, Pair, Share is a strategy that is used for multiple purposes in education. As a pre-reading strategy, a teacher can frame a question related to what students will read. Students can think about that question individually, turn and share ideas with a classmate, and then share with the class as a whole. In this way, both individually and as a class, students are thinking about the content that they will later be reading about. In Chapter 5, students will use a prediction table to activate their prior knowledge. Based on the chapter headings, students will predict what the chapter content will be about. As the students read, they will complete the column with what the text actually reveals. In this way, this strategy is both a pre-reading and a during-reading strategy. Its purpose is to activate prior knowledge and think about the chapter content before reading. Also in Chapter 5, students will use a KWL chart. Students complete the first two columns before reading, what they know about the topic of the chapter and what they want to know. After reading, students will complete the third column, what they learned in the reading. In this regard, this strategy also doubles as both a pre-reading and an after-reading strategy. The purpose is to activate prior knowledge, set a purpose for reading, and think about the chapter content before reading. Another strategy that functions as both a pre-reading and an after-reading strategy is the Anticipation Guide, which we will use in Chapter 6. In this strategy, students complete the first column of the template, agreeing or disagreeing with the statement that the teacher has provided. For example, it is okay to share music with friends by sending it to them electronically. Do you agree or disagree? Once students complete the column, the teacher can lead a discussion asking students what they think. Then the students read the text. After reading, students answer the same question to see if the chapter material has changed their opinions. In this way, the strategy prepares them for their reading and helps them make sense of their reading. The purpose is to activate prior knowledge and to think and discuss ideas about the chapter content. There are a number of reasons why we would want to use pre-reading strategies with our students. Among the most important is the fact that when we help students activate background knowledge on the topic they will be reading about, their comprehension can be strengthened.